So, what is going on, guys? This is Poopy here with the first NBA commentary. I love the NBA. It might be one of my favorite things. So, we are going to do the 10 most likely teams to hoist the NBA championship. There's my cat. So, basically, NCAA just ended. Congrats to Duke. Even though Coach K looks like a rat, congrats to them. And anyway, so we're going to start off the list right now. So, number 10, Portland Trailblazers. Portland spot could have been higher without the injury of Wesley Matthews. We all love Damian Lillard except Houston fans. LaMarcus Aldridge is still one of the more underrated players in the league. But if Lillard or Aldridge has an off game, I don't know if they can go much further. I mean, they're pretty much dependent on those two players completely. So, who's next? Hands up. Hands up. Los Angeles Clippers. Lob City has one of the best paints in the league with DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin. And they also have one of the best point guards in, you guessed it, Chris Paul. However, DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin are still kind of raw on offense. I mean, I know they improved, but if you get a player, they can just foul DeAndre Jordan. I mean, I know he will dunk, but he won't get the end one, which is the more important part. And Chris Paul, if you really watch, he can be very eager on defense. If you know what I mean, like he'll just go for steals and then somebody just goes right to the paint. Although not the most important aspect, they don't really have any wing players. Number 8, hands up. The Chicago Bulls. With Tom Thibodeau, Joakim Noah, and Paul Gasol, this is the best defensive paint in the league. And Aaron Brooks is doing whatever he can to replace Derrick Rose. Jimmy Butler's having a great season. It's a well-rounded team, but it lacks a superstar with Derrick Rose injured. This team could be number 1, arguably, if Derrick Rose was healthy, but not many teams have one without a superstar. That's what it boils down to, and that's why they are the 8th spot. Number 7, hands up, drumroll. The Oklahoma City Thunder. With the great, ridiculous athlete of Russell Westbrook and Enes Kanter is having an improved season, they acquired Deion Waiters and others. However, this team can't win it all with KD and Ibaka. I'm saying and because last year they didn't. You guys might think they can win with just KD and Westbrook, but last year they didn't have Ibaka, and the Spurs smoked them the first 2 games, and then Ibaka came back and, I mean, they still don't win the series, but they're not, but, you know, never know, and if they come back, they can, and with Enes Kanter being new and fresh, I think this team can go far, but they both have to come back, for sure. So, we're down to number 6. The Houston Rockets. With the best, or maybe the second best offensive player being James Harden, and one of the best defenders being Dwight Howard. They picked up Josh Smith to add some offensive power down low, which is what I like. Yeah, he shoots too much. This team is well-rounded with offense, defense, driving, splashing, whatever you can name. But it can get out of control a lot of time and really lacks out a lot of depth outside of James and White. Now we're getting into the teams that I could picture all the following teams winning the Larry O'Brien Trophy. But number 5 is the Atlanta Hawks, a well-rounded team with the most accurate splasher of all time, Kyle Korver. Besides Dwight Howard being 1 for 1, a good point guard, Jeff Teague, a good big man, Paul Millsap. Although they don't have a superstar, this team has home court advantage until the finals, and once you are there, anything can happen, anything can do. So, getting even deeper, we're already at number 4. So, the number 4 team to win it all. The Golden State Warriors. Give you time to tears, give you time to absorb the shock. I know you guys thought they were lower. Time's up. This team obviously is Steph Curry, one of the best offensive players in the league. Home court advantage forever. placed last in, but the reason why they were probably lower than you thought is because they flat out don't have a paint. On KJ McDaniel's dial, yeah, you can see the picture I watched, there was no one taller than him. Teams can't win without a paint. And however, the crowd and their pace can really dictate the game. I won't be surprised if they get eliminated in the first round, and this team is the team that plays the Larry O'Brien Trophy. The third most likely team to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy is the San Antonio Spurs. This is a team that won it last year and has not lost anything since. Gotta love Kawhi Leonard, gotta love Timmy, although Kawhi Leonard might be a little overrated on defense, but that's a story for another day. The reason why they are not higher is because they're not seeded that high. You know, there's not a lot of 7 seeds or 6 seeds, whatever they are, that won the championship. And this year they'll need a lot of upsets to get there. So, you know, they could. This team, again, I put this with the category of the Warriors. This team, I won't be surprised if they're out in the first round or hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy or win the championship. The second most likely team to win the NBA championship is the Memphis Grizzlies. They have the best paint in the league, in my opinion, with Zebo and Gasol. Great paint defense, great paint offense. Got Mike Conley, who's having a breakout season, can pass and score like not better than a lot of other players in the league. Picked up Jeff Green to add to their arsenal and is guaranteed a poster every game. They have the best paint, a good wingman, and a good point guard who's Mike Conley, and they're my pick to win the Western Conference. The number 1 most likely team to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy is the Cleveland Cavaliers. What? No. Really? Okay, come on. You guys kind of saw that coming. However much we don't want to see Cleveland happy or anything good happen in the city of Cleveland. Is there even anything there? They picked up J.R. Smith. They have Kyrie Irving, which is a pretty good backcourt. Kevin Love and Timofey Mozgov is a good frontcourt. Both those pretty well balanced offense and defense. And they also have one more player named LeBron James who can replace every position pretty well. I don't see any team really being able to guard this team. I'm excited to see what the Cavs can do. I mean, we want them to lose, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
I also forgot to say that they're in the Eastern Conference, which means that they're not facing a lot of competition. They're arguably one of the most talented, and they're in the Eastern Conference. So this team should be doing pretty good this year. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like or subscribe button. Peace.